Hello, everyone. Thank you for inviting the agency to participate in this event. Let me first welcome the Parliamentary State Secretary, Mr. Jarsonbeck, to Spain, to our country. Hope you enjoy not only the work life, but also some personal life after the event. Madam Ambassador, Mrs. Gossett, thank you very much for also inviting the agency, and also to the Spanish German Chamber of Commerce, Mr. Apollo, for inviting the agency, and welcome everybody to this event, and also to the industry leaders of Germany and Spain. It is a pleasure to be here because we see that this event is not simply a protocol event. It is an event that is a day for exchange and a true declaration of intent, where Germany and Spain get together, our companies get together to find common grounds, to collaborate, and to find synergies. If there are two countries that understand that industry is not something of the past, but the digital engine of the future, it's Spain and Germany. We are here to talk about how digital transformation is reshaping both the public and the industrial sectors, but above all, we are here to make decisions about what truly matters. And what truly matters for the public sector and for industry leaders is to improve lives of people. We are here to forge strategic alliances that not only drive our economies forward, but also make it clear that Europe, when working together, does not just compete with the giants. It leads with its own values. Talking about technology forces us to look as well at the geopolitical map. We are at a critical juncture here, where from across the Atlantic, there are attempts to pressure Europe under a dangerous narrative that we must choose between competitiveness and the rights of our citizens, and that we must therefore lower our standards to be competitive in the world. In face of this, our response must be firm and must be unanimous. Regulation is not only about putting on the brakes, but it's about laying the foundation so that technology respects citizens' rights, but also giving the framework and legal certainty for companies to innovate and make their commercial offer scale. Our companies need these clear rules to invest and to be present in the world with their commercial offer. Europe decided 5 years ago to bring order to the digital space in 2020. Today, in 2026, we agree that we must optimize processes, that we must simplify certain procedures, that we need to facilitate implementation for our SMEs. That's a given. Agility is vital, yes, but agility should not be traded by rights or for rights. We will not allow external actors to dictate how we protect our citizens, how we bring order to the digital space in Europe, or how we can provide a more safer and legal certain framework for companies to innovate. Deciding our own regulation, deciding how our commercial offer is going to be built, is the first pillar of our freedom and also of our sovereignty. The European AI regulation, to bring to a concrete example, is, to our understanding, a competitive advantage. Because trust has market value. Companies that can prove that their AI systems are auditable, that are secure, that are compliant with the AI Act, can have access to much more European public contracts than others. They can have probably more customers because citizens will trust the technology that you bring to their lives. And more adoption with customers, with the public sector, we can see a market that can scale and a commercial offer that is responsible and can effectively compete internationally. I also like to mention that the Stanford AI Index of 2026 that was released a couple of weeks ago, it highlighted the European Union, all our member states, are the most highly valued institutions globally for regulating artificial intelligence, for bringing security and safety to our citizens, but also, again, legal certainty to our companies. And I would like to recall what we see now in the US, with all the court cases that are happening on how companies are using AI, that will flow into a number of decisions that may affect the innovation capacity of certain companies. Here in Europe, we took a reflective approach and go faster, go first, discuss what are the impacts of this technology, and ensure that we bring to the fore these principles and this regulation so that everyone has an understanding of how they can innovate with certainty. So what is important also to highlight is that Europe does not only regulate with paper and with laws, it also has a point on ensuring that there are strong institutions making this regulation and these laws effective. Spain needs strong and proactive institutions to be effective, and that's why the minister decided to create the first agency for the supervision of artificial intelligence in Spain 2 years ago, in order to bring not only the supervision of the regulation to action, but also to help companies innovate. This was basically a commitment that we need to innovate together with private sector. We cannot be just what others may say, the police of AI, but we need to bring together to a situation where the innovation is made responsibly. And for that, we were in Spain the first country that launched the regulatory sandbox on AI with 12 high-risk AI systems that prove with us the regulation. And we have published 16 guidelines, implementation guidelines of each of the obligations of the regulation on AI that can be accessible in our website, in the agency's website. They are written in Spanish, but also in English, so that this effort, this experience from Spanish companies in adopting the regulation is shared with the rest of the world, and is shared also with all the business leaders that want to follow through. We, at the end of the day, want to eliminate uncertainty, and we want to bring security and trust to the AI market. Also, the agency has created the AI think tank, which is called the Laboratory of Ideas for AI, where we want to anticipate what are the social implications and the economic implications of AI in our country. We are doing that with really high-level skilled professionals from the academia, from the private sector, from the civil society, and also from the public sector, to discuss what is the impact, for example, of AI in the disinformation framework, what is the impact of AI in the gender breach, what is the impact of AI in the labor market, and what is the impact of AI in the protection of minors, which is, we see today, one of the main preoccupations of the European Union and also many member states. And we want to do that in order to anticipate, to prepare, to give recommendations to people, to the ministries, to companies on how we need to ensure that we mitigate the risks of this technology, and also we take all the advantages possible of the benefits of AI. One thing is clear for us: we need to anticipate in order to be effective. We cannot be reactive. That is only not true for Spain, so it's true for Germany, it's true for all the member states, it's true for the European Union. All this infrastructure that we are putting in place has a strategic purpose beyond regulatory compliance. We need to build digital sovereignty. And I want to be very precise, because digital sovereignty for us is not autarky. It is about closing not about closing technological borders. It is quite simply about enhancing our capabilities. Our capability to build and govern technology or critical technology with our own rules. It's to be the capacity to be an actor that with our own control alternatives, rather than a mere user of third-party infrastructures. And in Spain, we are already building that capacity. In supercomputing, with the Barcelona Supercomputing Center, we have a pillar of the European Euro HPC network, and also one of the AI factories in Spain. And we have another AI factory in the CESGA, in the Galician Supercomputing Center. We are building our own sovereign models, the model ALIA, which is trained in almost 20% of Spanish data. And if you compare this to commercial models from other parts of the world, they are only trained with less than 5% of Spanish data. So in our case, we want to build AI that speaks Spanish, that speaks Galician, that speaks Basque, and that speaks Catalan. And speaks it not in a robotic way, translating from English to these languages, but in a way that feels unique, that feels nuanced to what our personality, our history, our folklore, our culture, and what we are. These models, that you can find them in 2 billion parameters, 7 billion parameters, and 40 billion parameters, base, instructed, and allineated, they are available in all the open source for everyone to use and for everyone to build more systems on the basis of these models. We are bringing technological resources, not necessarily to compete with the giants, but to offer more resources for innovators to do stuff, to bring innovation to the market. Also, I'd like to mention the industrial investment with the AI AESIA, where we have announced, for example, 100 million euros for our companies to lead this transformation together with Germany and in the leadership that Germany has shown in bringing this AESIA AI forward. And I also like to mention one last point, which is the open source AI community that we are building in Spain, that we believe it's critical because it's a way to bring grassroots innovation to the fore, and also ensuring that innovation is not only in the hands of a few, but it's in the hands of everyone to create business and to create new solutions. Let me have one final mention to the Stanford AI Index. There is a data point that does not often make the headlines, but I find it very interesting and fundamental for our discussion. The report indicates that countries with the highest investment in AI, like for example the United States, express more skepticism towards that technology than countries with lower investments. There is a lesson there. The more AI we have, the more uncertainty about its impact it has on our citizens and on our customers. Europe, however, I think is bringing forward a different model, not less ambitious, because we are not lacking ambition in the European Union, but more reflective. A model that does not renounce leadership, but insists that leading well requires governance, requires transparency, and requires shared values. And this is what the European project represents at its core, the conviction that technology at the service of people produces more solid and lasting results, more and faster growth in economic terms as well, than rather just technology at the service of market alone. At this German-Spanish Digital Industry Day, my invitation would be that we continue to build this European path with practical examples, with concrete commercial offers from Spain and from Germany, and mixed offers as well, because technology can only mean progress if society trusts it. And well, this is very much the bottom line of what I wanted to say, and the ambition that I would like that all of you in your conversations bring together to find and to lead this commercial responsible offer internationally. Thank you very much.